more brittle than they used to be back in the day.
I think people a little more bitch, how they was back in the day. You an entertainer. Come out here and entertain now. Well, here's one thing with the Heat too. You take away Jimmy Butler, that whole team goes down the
Yeah,
damn
yeah.
trash.
It's not as people not as scared of him. Jimmy Butler brings that edge you need, and he can
You
play
right,
and he can score too. So
and you
I really like that team. I kind of forgot. I would almost have picked them coming out the East.
and you don't know when Jimmy Butler will pop off and give you 40.
Right.
It can be
And
chilling. They say
he's
no
still
40.
in his, I'm not gonna say he in his prime, but he's still a solid NBA player that you can count on, especially during the playoffs.
I wonder why him and Dwayne
Derrick
Wayne could
Rose.
no
Oh,
him and Dwayne Wayne could get along that 1 year
I don't even remember them
in
playing
Chicago. In
together.
Chicago,
Oh, in Chicago.
yeah.
Oh, was that before Jimmy Butler kind of became Jimmy Butler
No, he
because
was Jimmy Butler
he
then.
was still Jim. Okay, because
He was
remember,
Jimmy
I
Butler.
think Derrick Rose got hurt and he was trying to come back, and Jimmy Butler was kind of taking over the team. You know what I mean?
Derrick Rose, he's just a
That's
sad
another
case.
player. That's another player like that too. Like explosive. As soon as he came out of college, taking over the league, MVP. But then a couple years later,
A player like who?
injuries. What do you mean? I
Don't
say
you
he was
don't compare him to John now. Because Derrick Rose was a whole lot better than John. Because
okay.
Derrick
Well,
Rose came out there every game going to give you those pokes.
well, I'm not gonna say he's better, but they're still the same type of player. Like slashing can score. I think Ja can score. I'm not gonna say better, but Derrick Rose is an MVP candidate. I think he might have almost won. I don't think he won, but Ja's not
He
gonna win
won.
no
He won
MVP.
MVP
Oh,
in
he did win
2008.
MVP.
And he
Okay,
pushed LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in their peak
right,
to the max.
right. They were scared of that Bulls team.
The next year,
when
they pray to God that D got hurt.
right. Because LeBron was it was a couple people LeBron didn't like to play. He didn't like to play Roy Hibbert and the Pacers, and he didn't like to play Joe Kim Noah and the Bulls when they had to play the Bulls.
Shit,
He
he didn't
didn't
like to
like
play Boston. He didn't
right
like to
in
play
Boston too.
Boston.
Yeah, yeah. Teams
Poor.
like that. There was some solid teams. I used to like the NBA when it was like that. It's kind of getting back to that a little bit, but it's still not there for me. But I saw some games. There were some good competitive games, and I like the Boston team and how they constructed too and how they play.
And every team you name, they had a strong defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
And a
LeBron didn't
strong
like to play
culture
him.
too. Yeah, yeah.
The defense
They
was
know how
too
to play.
strong.
Right.
But imagine at Boston, you had Kevin Garnett, then you go come out there with Big Baby,
Right.
and then you go come out there with Perkins. He had to do all,
Right. For all of them. Right.
all of them on the same
Right.
team.
Right.
And you
And the
trying
same
to lay the ball up.
same with the Pacers. I think they had Paul George.
They have Paul George.
I think they had Roy Hibbert. They had somebody else too. They might have had Oladipo. Was Oladipo? No, he
They had
probably
a
was the
light
best.
skinned guy. I forgot his name. He's old now.
I can't remember who it is. They had Danny Granger. Just teams like that that are set up.
West.
Yeah, yeah. Was it
I
David
forgot his
West?
first.
They
Yeah,
had David
David
West.
West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He didn't want it was somebody strong and big, like they Carl Malone S type player.
You don't want that.
You don't want to see that's a grown man. You can't just come to the hole on a grown man like that. Think you gonna do all that dunking.
But man, that was some decent basketball.
Yeah, the
Every
basketball
year
back then.
when the Heat had to play Boston,
Mhm.
and when they had the big three at Boston,
Yeah.
boy, that was some good games. Man.
Yeah, it was.
That
Good
was some
player.
good
That's when
games.
LeBron had to really turn it up. And that's what I say. You're not going. No players are playing like that on that level. Like regular season games back then used to mean something. Like they were really playing on the regular season games, and this was kind of before Kawhi started sitting out, and more players started kind of sitting out and resting their bodies. So you'll come to a game, you'll know if LeBron gonna play or your star player is gonna play.
Well,
I'm
with
not
Kobe,
saying they don't deserve that option, but
no. LeBron's gonna play. Besides, don't count the last 2 years.
well,
But
I mean, I
for
probably went to
17 years, he was
I,
playing.
when I was in Charlotte, I went to a game. I think Charlotte was playing the Cavs. I sat way at the top, and
Uh-huh.
I was thinking LeBron was not gonna play, but he ended up playing. He played like 10 minutes and came in and kind of dunked a little bit and left. Like I think he just kind of showed up so the crowd would kind of be like, okay, LeBron came, so it's all right. He played a little bit. We got to see LeBron, but I think the players were like, I'm not playing all these games.
Well, these days players ain't push it through, man. They
Mm-mm.
won't push. They.
Do you think people are a little, I guess, a little more brittle than they used to be back in the day?
I think people a little more bitch, how they back in the day. You an entertainer. Come out here and entertain me now. You pay
Right,
somebody.
for these dollars, for these
Somebody
dollars.
had to work 3 whole days to pay for these damn. Man, shit, I got a front row ticket now. I gotta
Uh,
work for 3 damn months, three
to pay
months of
for it.
paychecks to get me on the front row.
Right. And I'm not saying this is all NBA players got to do, but just come out here, dribble and shoot a little bit. You
Nah,
know what I'm saying?
I want to see I want to see that sweat
But
coming
I'm just
down.
saying that's all they have to do. I mean, well, I get what you're saying, but it's not like you should love basketball. That's supposed to be your passion in a way. You've been playing it since a kid. You getting paid millions of dollars. You got fans and everything. They coming to see you. I think Ja is where he's excited. The fans are interacting, kind of turn him up. That's how he scored at 47. But that's gonna fade away. I think
Now,
players kind of get,
now, Brandon, how many players are on the team? 15.
mm-hmm.
I know good away you don't know you don't know number 15, 14, 13,
What on
and number
Memphis?
12. So those guys who you don't know those guys. What you
Well,
talking
if
about the
it's your
fans coming to
city,
see
if
you?
it's your city, you know the players. If we had a team, so,
Those players, only way you know those players are stars, they go to a club and throw money in the air. That's how they say this tall motherfucker, he throwing money. He gotta be an NBA player.
well, that's us because we're old. I think kids, or if you really into basketball, especially if you have a team, you know them players. You know the scrubs. You know because you got a chance of talking to the scrubs.
Yeah, Eric used to know all the players for the Bulls from top to bottom on the team.